Now we get to the 4 claws. Now this is a Clawz technique. You must practice this technique. As you see, it goes like zigzag, 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 zigzags. If you're looking at your hands, it keeps them moving all the time. In a different position, it moves. And when you do that, you're kind of creating a zigzag version of cutting. And use your flexibility, because the faster you're going, the less you're going to be cutting, and the hair flies away from the claw so it doesn't get jammed. See, that's very important. Got it? Now I'm going towards the subject. And I'm going to use the Clawz in a vertical format, because I want to take some of the hair, the thickness over the blondness that is in the back. So by doing vertical, you kind of exfoliate it and take away some of the weight. Got it? I hold it. Now if you notice the hair, the way it flies away from the claw itself, because the speed doesn't hold the hair attached to the claws, it releases right out. So as we were showing over there, I was showing you the technique that's called the Bumble Bee. That's because it's the fastest technique of all of them. And by cutting in vertical position, as I said, it takes some of the bulk out. Now watch this, I'm changing from the vertical into the zapping, because I want to take more of the bottom hair. So it becomes kind of a wispy hair in the bottom, you know. So I want to create a body up here and then less volume on the bottom. So when you zap the hair this way, you're taking out actually some of the hair off from the top. When you go this way, you'll be taking the hair from the inside out. See, here's the difference. So it's important that which technique you use to achieve the look that you want. This is zapping, see? And you'll be taking bulk from the top. This is Bumble Bee, and you'll be taking bulk from the inside, creating more bulk, if you so. You could direct the hair just the way you want it, you know. Direct to this side, as you see, very easy. I want to direct from the other side, and I hit it this way, or I hit it this way. What I like about this, that you could just mold the hair to the direction that you like to see at the end when you blow dry the hair, because gravity pulls, and if you leave the hair full of hair, is going to pull towards there. That's why I'm working to the direction. The other technique is called the rake. We're going to rake the hair the opposite direction, so it gives you a lots of body from beneath. So comb the hair forward this way. It's because we want to create some volume up here. So in order to create volume up here, the Clawz is perfect, because it goes right on the inside and creates the bottom when she lifts her head up. So that's why I comb this way. I use the rake in combination with the Bumble Bee, because the Bumble Bee is so fast and doesn't cut too much hair, so therefore you cut it just enough to raise the hair. You just lift the hair at random. Doesn't matter. Just lift and just make sure that the claws are continually flying over. So now you go this way and you kind of rake the hair, going back. And when you do that, you see that the hair start to take in position, place, you know, and the volume start to rise, because the weight has been eliminated a little bit, not too much. See? And what's so good about it is that the hair still is long, see? Because the Clawz doesn't take length, it just exfoliates and volumize it from beneath. So the client feels good about it, because she knows she's got still the length. So this is when we rake the hair. We could do this from the front, or you could do this from the back, going forward. And I won't be worried about thinking in the position form, because the way the Clawz chooses the hair, it doesn't matter. That's what I love about it, because the freedom that you have to create. So remember, the Bumble Bee and the Zap and the Rake, use them together in a combination just the way you see it fit. Is that to give you, look at this body I could achieve on this hair. Just because I go inside, allowing the hair to go through it. Because the Clawz is such a fascinating tool to do special effects and be able to create all kinds of spikes and things, you know, for the hair, I want to demonstrate two kinds. One is the scrunch. I mean, what is the scrunch? The scrunch is that you can be able to take the hair like this and just pull it out. It's amazing. What this does, it makes all kinds of spikes available, especially for the hairs a little shorter than this. It's something that you cannot do with any other tool. It's impossible to achieve. See, and the hair falls out. Now you're creating all kinds of spikes up there where you can make a design of today's looks, you know, in the mohawks or whatever. Then in the side, you want to just zap and just have a good time with it. The whole thing becomes part of the creativity, you know, that's needed to achieve the look. Now, if you want this shorter, then you probably might have to use the clippers to make this like close to the scalp and leave these high. Remember, as I said, the Clawz doesn't cut lengths. He eliminates lengths, but doesn't cut precise lengths, so you have to use the other tools in order to kind of marry the look that you want it. But when it comes to the creativity of it, the Clawz is the number one, because it gives you the freedom to create without being measuring and going through piecing and this and that. If you want to do the zapping, if you want to do Bumble Bee, whatever you want to do, you can do at the same time too. So you have the possibility of all kinds of techniques that enhances the job that you're going to do. You want the hair to spike upwardly, just work this way. So you reverse it, and the whole hair starts to come up this way. If I blow this hair, it's going to come up every way. This is what called the zap. I'm using the zap, direction to the zap to be outwardly, not inwardly. So as I cut, notice I create also the direction of the cut, because I put in and I come right out in a curvature formation like this. So now the hair is already spiking naturally, which is, I call, impossible to do with a scissor. You can't do it. I mean, it's very hard. But with the Clawz, it's just like automatic. You take the hair and you direct the spikes. If you want it outly, like they were in today, see, you get this way. If this is too long, then you chip that one in the bottom, or you can just chip with the Clawz like this. In and out, in and out, in and out. See, now you've been witnessing all the techniques that requires to know about the Clawz. Make your choice which one you want to use and use it. Okay. If the bottom of the ear is a little longer, so you just zap her out, you know, to get to the length that you want. If you want to raise it up much more, you want to make it kind of close to the scalp, then you might have to use a clipper or whatever. so you could get the form that you need. Because as I say, the Clawz, it doesn't cut precision lines. It cuts all kinds of lines except precision lines, but it gives you all the creativity possibly that you want to achieve by using the Clawz. I mean, it's a sensational tool that I wouldn't do without it, tell you the truth, you know. And I've been a hairstylist for many years, and I have all kinds of expertise in scissors, working and clippers, you name it. But the Clawz is different. The Clawz is it's some energy that comes out of you that brings all your creativity really in front of you, and you have so much energy to share with the clients, and the excitement that produces by cutting this way. It is, I can't even come up with words. But I find that without the Clawz, we've been kind of restricted to where, how do we get it into the most of our creativity and perform at its best. So I hope you learned something today, and I hope that you'll be very successful in your future using the Clawz.